Push or Pull Review Game Board. Mastering concepts is easy and fun with the Ray Gapus Push or Pull Review Game Board. Learn, enjoy, and have fun. The game board covers concepts in medical, surgical, maternal, and psychiatric nursing. Each pack contains a folding game board, 5 pieces of color-coded tokens, a piece of dice, and 5 color-coded boxes of question cards. For ease of use, an instructional page accompanies the game pack. How to play the game. The game can be played by 2 to 5 players at one time. Each player is asked to choose the color of his token. Number 1. The game begins by the rolling of the dice by each player. Their respective tokens should be placed on the corresponding box on the game board based on the number that they got from the rolling the dice. The player who gets the highest number from rolling the dice will be the first to play. Number 2. The first player picks a question from the question box that corresponds to the color of the square where his token is. If he answers the question correctly, he pushes his token according to the number of token movement as specified by the color-coded question cards. White card, answered correctly means moving 1 square forward. Yellow, 2 squares. Green, 3 squares. Blue, 4 squares. And red, 5 squares. After which he continues to play, he rolls the dice, moves his token, and picks a question card based on the color of the square where his token is. If the question is not answered correctly, the player pulls back his token as specified in the color-coded question card, and he loses his turn. All question cards, whether correctly answered or not, should be placed back into the box. The second player takes his turn by picking a question card that corresponds to the color of the square where his token is. Number 3. If a player's token lands on a spring, he rolls the dice and moves it forward depending on the number he gets from the dice. He picks a question based on the color of the square where his token is and tries to answer it. If the answer is correct, he continues to play. If the answer is wrong, he loses a turn. Number 4. If a player's token lands on a black hole, he rolls the dice, moves the token backwards based on the number on the dice, and he loses a turn. Number 5. If an answer is wrong and the token of a player lands on a spring, he automatically gets saved. He can roll the dice again and move the token forward based on the number he gets from the rolling the dice, but he needs to stop there. He loses his turn because of the wrong answer. Number 6. If an answer is correct and the token of the player lands on a black hole, he loses his turn, but he is allowed to roll the dice and move forward to get out of the black hole. If the number of his token movement brings it to a spring, rule number 3 applies. To avail of additional question cards, please call or text